was pronounced deceased. A 15-year-old girl who was a passenger in the vehicle had serious injuries. She was transported to St. Louis Children's Hospital by Christian Hospital EMS. There was a fatal accident in Marion County at 12:20 p.m. yesterday on US 61 in Palmyra, north of West Main Cross. 31-year-old Kyle S. Bowman of Bowling Green was driving a 2016 Ford F-450 ambulance. 93-year-old Willard W. Levert of Middleton was driving a 2016 Ford Escape. They were both southbound on US 61. The Ford Escape attempted to make a left turn in front of the ambulance. A passenger in the Levert vehicle, 87-year-old Gloria J. Levert of Middletown, was taken by Marion County Ambulance to Blessing Hospital in Quincy, where she was pronounced deceased.
What do you do when water doesn't flow? Low pressure, clicking sounds from the pressure tank. Pump runs constantly? You contact Schrepfer Well Drilling, your water pro. Their knowledgeable staff is ready to handle whatever water issue you're experiencing. Schrepfer Well Drilling also handles a full line of water treatment equipment. Hard water, red water, sulfur, it can all be treated. Family owned and operated since 1953. They can repair your pump system and improve your water quality. Your family owned water company, Schrepfer Well Drilling. All
right, 18 in front of 9 o'clock. I'm going to have to reset a clock here, I think. And anyway, so I don't...
Playing catch up here, yeah. after the power went off.
What's going on?
Well,
I don't even
you see these,
what we were talking about when
well, I think we mentioned Andy Reid.
Oh, yeah.
But he seems to be doing all right. I saw an update that he's in stable condition. They've got him at the hospital, run some tests and observation, that sort of thing. But he fell.
Chiefs head coach.
Yeah, Chiefs head coach. They had taken him to the hospital after the game yesterday, was feeling ill. He did take time to talk to the team after the loss, did not mention that he was feeling bad. And then he sought some medical treatment from the trainers, and they put him in an ambulance and took him to the hospital. Players weren't aware initially that he went to the hospital. They found out later. Of course, everybody's showing some concern. Now, you've seen on Facebook, somebody will put on there one of these, math equations.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Solve this. And
then everybody argues about
whether it's right or not, and,
algebraic formulas and blah, blah, blah.
Well, if you've ever tried to type one of those equations into Google or other complex equations to get an answer, it can be a challenge, as I'm sure many people have found out. Well, here are several apps that will solve math problems and explain the process just by taking a picture. Snapchat. Okay, now, everybody
can take a picture of the problem and...
It has long had the ability to solve math problems, but now the feature is front and center. It's all about making the camera feel more magical, says Eva Zahn from Snap. Just open the app, hold your phone over a math problem, then tap the new scan icon, which is located under the shutter button. AI will scan the problem, and in seconds you'll have an answer. Having to type it into a search, especially with math, is really a hard problem, whereas if you can just pull out your camera, scan it, and get the answer quickly, it goes a long way. So now kids have a legitimate way to cheat on their math homework.
As if they didn't before.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anymore it's better than asking mom and dad, because mom and dad don't know the new math.
Yep.
Google Lens is
I didn't really know the old math.
Yeah. Google Lens is all kinds of smart. It can recognize anything you take pictures of, including math problems. Open the Google app on your phone, tap the camera icon in the search bar. Next, select Homework at the bottom of the screen, then just snap a picture of a math problem for an instant answer. Now, Photomath is the king of math-solving apps. Not only is it the best at recognizing all kinds of math problems, it also explains the answer in detail, which is why it's the most popular of the bunch, because most math teachers want you to show how you came across the answer instead of just writing the answer down. It solves over 2.2 billion, with a B, math problems every month.
Well, that'd be a problem for me, is how many is a billion?
Okay.
Used to be, remember when, you had news stories about, Congress and billions of dollars, and now they're up in trillions.
Yeah, it was hard enough to comprehend the B.
Yeah.
Now T's are...
What's after that?
Quadrillion? Yeah, I think so. Jennifer Lee from Photomath says, we help students understand how to approach and tackle that problem through a series of step-by-step explanations. The app just launched a new feature called Animated Tutorials with Voice, which explains how it got the answer using computer-generated voices. It's supposed to mimic how a tutor would explain it on a whiteboard or blackboard, but it's all computer-generated. Photomath is free to use, but if you really want to make the most of it, you can pay for premium features that'll run $5 to $10 a month. And if you want a completely free solution, check out Microsoft Math Solver.
He lives.
What?
Bittner's here.
My golly.
You guys just plugging and unplugging stuff over here?
Yeah.
Or what?
We
decided to take a break.
we just went over to the breaker box and
Flipped the switch, yeah.
shut it
just,
off. Had some coffee,
Yeah.
Now you back.
Okay. Now, Microsoft Math Solver is not as full feature slick as Photomath, but it can also solve problems by taking a picture. Alternatively, you can use your finger to draw on the screen or type a problem in, and it will show you the steps it took to get the answer. So I waited to do that one until after the kids were at school and it was just moms and dads, so that they're aware of some things their kids may be using to get their math done.
I was gonna say they probably are already aware.
Yeah, the kids are already on it. I just want to let mom and dad know. That's how your kids are getting their math homework done, is they're taking pictures with their phone.
All right, so I'm going to play a couple more commercials here, see if we can get through some of this stuff.
Side & Sugar Nobi partners are ready to cut a deal. For a limited time, save up to $1,000 on already low-priced 1 through 5 series John Deere compact tractors. Tractor packages start as low as $179 a month, and all packages come with our 10-year warranty and low finance options. Don't miss out on these savings. Let's cut a deal now at Side & Sugar Nobi, snpartners.com, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
A lifetime of love.
In such a time of personal loss, it's hard to remember the joy our loved one has brought us.
We thought back to our happiest memories of Mom.
Pretty soon there was laughter with the tears.
Let us help your family remember a lifetime of joy.
A lifetime of love.
Don and Lisa Mizell, Mizell Funeral Home, Cuba.
Psychologists, licensed professional counselors, and licensed clinical social workers, Compass Health Network is looking for you. The need is great in our communities, and we are currently hiring licensed staff to help us care for those that need us most. Compass Health Network offers a supportive environment of over 250 clinicians, excellent training, a competitive salary, and great benefits. Join us as we inspire hope and promote wellness. Visit careers.compasshealthnetwork.org and apply today.
At Sullivan Bank, we know life is hectic, and today more so. That's why we offer several options when it comes to banking. Whether you like to bank online or with our Sullivan Bank app, we have you covered. You can easily pay bills, transfer money, view account balances, and so much more. Experience how fast, easy, and convenient it is to manage your money. Download our app or register online today. Need assistance? Give us a call. Sullivan Bank, 800-645-3191. Sullivan Bank, a community bank since 1895.
All right, Bobby, I think we're all caught up.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I have a story here of somebody who didn't use the best judgment in the world. The Berea, Ohio Police Department is investigating after an 11-year-old boy was accidentally stabbed by a worker at the 7 Floors of Hell haunted house at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. According to the police report, the incident happened Saturday night around 8:15 p.m. Officials had received a call of a man stabbed in the foot. Responding officer writes in a statement that when he arrived and spoke with several staff members from the haunted house, they confirmed the victim was actually an 11-year-old boy rather than a man. Must have been a tall kid.
Yeah.
A family member with the boy told police that they had arrived at the haunted house and were approached by one of the actors outside wielding a Bowie knife as a prop. The actor apparently attempted to stab at the ground in front of the boy and his family member when he accidentally stabbed into the boy's red Crocs and cut his toe. The boy's mother was called to the scene. Staff applied first aid. The family declined further medical treatment and continued with the haunted house tour after the incident. Very nice of them. The staff member who stabbed the boy later confirmed to police that he had brought the Bowie knife from home and told police, well, it probably wasn't the best idea I've ever had, and said the incident was an accident. The knife was taken into police custody. Representatives with the 7 floors of hell confirmed that the worker involved was let go from his job. And then a tragedy involving a family out at San Diego at a baseball game. A mother and her 2-year-old son fell to their deaths at Petco Park before the Padres game against the Braves the other day, on Saturday. Shortly before 4 p.m. local time in San Diego on Saturday, police said they were notified that 2 people had fallen from the 3rd-level concourse, which is the equivalent of 6 stories high, down to a sidewalk. The 2 officers found the bodies of the woman who was 40 and her son. They were declared dead at the scene at 4:11, were not identified, but lived in San Diego. They had been at a dining and concession area on the concourse level, according to the police. The child's father was at the ballpark as well. A man told the local newspaper that his wife had witnessed the fall, saying it appeared a toddler fell from an area with picnic tables and the woman also fell trying to grab him. The team said in a statement on Sunday morning, "We're deeply saddened by the loss of life at Petco Park last evening. Thoughts and prayers are with the family of those involved. We will continue to refrain from any further comment on the nature of the incident since it is an ongoing investigation by the San Diego Police Department." Because police said the deaths appeared to be suspicious, and out of an abundance of caution, the homicide unit was called to the scene. Investigators are looking for evidence and possible witnesses. Of course, we've got one here. This, one guy said his wife saw it. They are hoping to speak with people who were present when the fall happened. An announced crowd of 39,000 attended the game, which was the second to last one of the season at the ballpark. So, tragic occurrence there.
We only have
6 games left. 3 against the Brewers, 3 against the Cubs.
Yeah,
and then
all
postseason.
At home.
All at home.
All at home. Yeah.
Magic number is 1 for the Cardinals to clinch the second wild card.
I thought they said this morning. Was it? I don't know. I thought they said the Cardinals had to beat.
Well, I
thought it was
any combination of Cardinal wins and
I never understand that stuff anyway.
San Diego, or who is it? Cincinnati or Philadelphia? I think Philadelphia's ahead of San Diego now. But any combination of Cardinal wins and losses by those teams, I'm just hoping that the Cardinals can just go win it on their own tomorrow at home and clinch it, and then they'll have a celebration and all that good stuff. The suds will be flowing, so to speak. Speaking of the Cardinals and their winning streak, another nice thing associated with the Cardinals. Pitcher Adam Wainwright, of course, was with the team in Chicago over the weekend as they continue their winning ways, sweeping the Cubs. Hours after the Cardinals had clinched their 16th consecutive win, Wainwright shared a story on his Twitter feed about a young fan he had met on the road trip who had melted his heart. He describes meeting Emery and her mother in both Milwaukee and Chicago. They went on a little tour to follow the Cardinals. Emery gave Wainwright a letter on Sunday saying she was happy to meet him and congratulated him on his 2000 strikeout. The letter, which she handed to Waino just before Harrison Bader clocked a home run in the top of the 8th inning, also included a plastic bag filled with dollars and coins. She told him in the letter that it was her allowance money. She had given it to Wainwright for his charity, Big League Impact.
Oh, well, that's nice.
And she says in the letter, "I hope it will help you help more people." She also gave Wainwright her own autograph, if I ever get famous, she said.
That's neat.
Yeah, Wainwright joked that Emery may be a good luck charm for the team and thinks she may have to come to some October games if and when the Cardinals make the playoffs. I bet Waino will take care of her.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Big League Impact is a nonprofit organization with goals of making clean water accessible, reducing hunger, and ending poverty in impoverished nations. The organization has raised over almost $6 million since he started it back in 2013. He's big into the NFL fantasy. He has that big fantasy draft thing, and a lot of players from the Cardinals and around the league get involved in that. And he does several other things to raise money. They've built water treatment plants in Haiti and a couple over in Africa, some clinics, and just all sorts of good stuff.
All right, so you're a big coffee drinker.
I sure am.
Survey says what we already knew, that 2/3 of Americans drink coffee daily. Many gulp their first cup within an hour of awakening. On average, the 65% of Americans who drink coffee each consume an average of 13 cups of coffee per week. 28% of coffee drinkers have their first cup within 15 minutes of waking up. 57% of coffee drinkers add a little sugar or sweetener to their brew. I don't know, that great big thing you carry around. How many cups is in that?
If you go by what is considered the official definition of a cup of coffee, which I think is 6 ounces actually, that's the mugs that you get at restaurants are not. They don't. If you fill them all the way up, it's 8 ounces, but they very rarely do, so that you don't spill it. So kind of a cup of coffee is supposed to be, I think, 6 ounces. That's 30 ounces, so it's 5 cups of coffee.
And
I drink that and usually a little more
fill
here.
It up
again,
yeah. So.
But now I don't gulp mine down. I like to savor it and take my time. And I actually have some left over from my first fill up this morning, and brewed some that I'll warm it up with here in just a little bit because it's probably cooled down some. But I'm not a real big fan of the real hot coffee. I've had my lips and tongue burnt before, and I just I'll wait a little while till it cools down.
So now when you go to a restaurant, what do you normally order?
A lot of times I don't order unless I'm having breakfast. If I have either in the morning, normal breakfast time, or if I have a breakfast meal later in the day, I'll have coffee with it. It just kind of goes together.
But I just don't see you drinking soda much.
I will sometimes. Depends on what I'm having. I like soda with pizza. If I'm having like a cheeseburger or something like that, I have soda. But if I'm having a regular meal, a regular entree, I'll probably have tea or water. It's kind of my general go-to there. But I will have, if I'm eating breakfast for a later meal, I'll have coffee with it, just because they just kind of go together. Coffee and breakfast is.
I drink orange juice for breakfast.
Yeah. And my wife is one of those people that loves the smell of ground coffee.
I like the smell.
Loves the smell of it. Will not drink it to save her soul.
Yeah, I don't either.
No. I don't know if she's tried it or not. Yeah, she won't.
Any birthdays?
I got a bunch of them. Statesman Samuel Adams, born in 1722, and I don't think he was responsible for the beer. No. Political cartoonist Thomas Nast, born 1840, created the Republican elephant and the Democrat donkey. Let's see. Actress Jane Meadows, 1919. Was in David and Bathsheba, Lady in the Lake, and was a frequent game show panelist. She was married to Steve Allen. They did some performing together at time to time. Actor William Conrad.
Oh, yes.
He was a fighter pilot in World War II, actually. Created the role of Marshal Matt Dillon for the radio version of Gunsmoke. Did that for about 8 or 9 years before it went to TV. He was on Cannon, his own TV series, and Jake and the Fat Man.
He does a lot of voicers.
Yeah, did a lot of narrating from 2 or 3 different series.
Buck Rogers, I think he was the narrator.
There was a couple are listed, and I did write them down.
Yeah.
Let's see. Actress-producer Delores Taylor, not real well known, born in 1939. She was married to Tom Laughlin. You may remember him from the Billy Jack movie series. She was his wife, and she starred with him and actually produced a couple of the later films. I think there are like 5 films in that series.
The Legend of Billy Jack.
Yeah, and Billy Jack Goes to Washington, and Billy Jack Returns, and a couple others. The first one was something Losers. Was actually the first Billy Jack movie.
I don't guess I saw it.
And then there was Billy Jack.
Yeah.
And then there were 3 others that kind of fall along there. Let's see. Greg Morris, born in 1934, Mission Impossible. He was the electronics wizard.
Yes.
He was also a police lieutenant in the Vegas with, who was it? Robert Urich played Dan Tana.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, China Syndrome, The Natural, Cocoon, The Firm, did commercials for Quaker Oats and Liberty Medical and Diabetes Education. Rock musician Randy Bachman from the Guess Who and Bachman Turner Overdrive is 78 today.
I know the clock don't work up there. We got about 60.
Okay. Meatloaf is 74. Baseball Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt is 72. Sean Cassidy, half brother of David Cassidy, was in the Hardy Boys Mysteries and some other shows. Yeah, actually a very successful producer. He's actually producing the New Amsterdam, the show that's on now, medical drama. Gwyneth Paltrow is 49. Lil Wayne, the rapper, is 39. And actress Anna Camp from Blue Blood, The Good Wife, and the Pitch Perfect movie series, 39 as well today.
All right, well, we are AM 1560, KTUI Sullivan 94.1 FM, recovering from our power outage here. Locally, Natalie Bell, Carol Large, Andrew, Sandy copied. Andrew is my cousin somehow. And Cindy Coppage was in my class. Chase Perschbacher's 14 today, so happy birthday.
Yep.
AM 1560, KTUI Sullivan, 94.1 FM. It is 9 o'clock for sales show coming up, and then I'm going to talk to some folks from the hospital. Stay tuned.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Several souls have been lost as an Amtrak train derails near Joplin, Montana, in the north-central part of the state. The westbound train with 8 cars and 2 engines was en route from Chicago to Seattle when it left the tracks about 4 p.m. Saturday. In all, 147 passengers were aboard. The NTSB is investigating. Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker discussed the America of today Saturday at President Trump's Save America rally in Georgia. One America News caught up with Mr. Walker at the rally.
Years ago, not too many people got involved with politics, but that just shows that people care about this country, that people care about this state. I think the turnout is absolutely incredible.
The center-left Social Democrat Party, or SDP, clinched a narrow victory in Germany's historic federal election on Sunday. It's a political comeback for the SPD, making its way for Chancellor candidate Olaf Scholz to form a new government coalition and lead Europe's largest economy into the post-Merkel era. USA Radio News.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/find. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Scott, is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/find. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/find. That's ZipRecruiter.com/find.
As the government continues to get larger and larger, a new office is proposed to investigate UFOs and determine if they're a threat to the United States. Jeremy Scott from the Oregon USA Radio News Bureau has the details.
If the 2022 National Defense Authorization Act is enacted, a new office would have to be created no later than 180 days to investigate unidentified flying objects. In a defense funding bill passed by the House of Representatives, it includes a provision that would establish the office to investigate sightings in the skies. It would also evaluate links between such phenomena and foreign governments, try to figure out whether the sightings serve as a threat to the United States, and report on the phenomena each year to Congress, with the first report due no later than December 31st, 2022. The office would replace a task force established last year by the Pentagon.
There will be a rocket launch today at 2:12 p.m. Eastern from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. It will deliver an Earth monitoring satellite. USA Radio News.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-215-5141. 800-215-5141. That's 800-215-5141.
Project Dynamo was the name of the operation that rescued tens of thousands of Allied soldiers from Dunkirk in northern France during World War II. Today, Project Dynamo is a civilian-run and donor-funded organization that is committed to honoring the promise made to civilians in Afghanistan that aided Americans during the 20-year war. Jen Wilson is the Chief Operating Officer at Army Week Association and spearheading Project Dynamo. Ms. Wilson on Fox News is asking for help to get Americans still trapped in Afghanistan.
I really need someone in a position of power to allow us to start moving family members of Americans. So if there's anyone in a position of power that can help us fix that part, it would be an enormous help.
Republican Senator Bill Hagerty from Tennessee and part of the Foreign Relations Committee has stepped up to help.
We absolutely are pressing blink, and I will continue to do that. My staff worked through the nights, through weekends. It was an incredible feat. Before we exited Kabul finally, we helped get loads of Americans out, and I really take my hat off to the work that my team did to work with the State Department to press them and help them. The State Department didn't have the capability on their own. We're going to continue to press arrest them now. It's really a matter of competence, as you mentioned. We've got to press them, to hold them accountable. You saw me question Secretary Blinken. There's a complete lack of accountability right now in this administration. But we're going to continue to keep the pressure on. They know that we want to see results here, and I absolutely am empathetic with her request.
For USA Radio News, I'm Lance Pry.
From the KTUI WeatherBug Weather Center, for this morning, expecting mostly clear skies. Sunny and hot this afternoon, a high temperature of 90 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, a low of 63. Tuesday, sunny and warm, a high temperature of 88. Tuesday night, mostly clear, a low of 62. On Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high temperature of 86. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 63. And Thursday, partly sunny, a high temperature near 80. For KTUI, I'm Andrew Brady.
All right, thank you, Andrew. It's 5.5 minutes past 9 o'clock, and it is time for the For Sale Show. If you've got something to buy, sell, or trade, you can give me a call right now, 468-5101, 468-5101. You can also send me a text message, 573-677-1001. That's 573-677-1001. And let's see what we've got here for the For Sale Show. I think somebody texted me, and I don't know. Did I bring that back up here? Yes, it looks like somebody is wanting to buy old video game collections like Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, Xbox. You can call or text 573-205-9525. That's 573-205-9525. And let me make sure that I got everything set up here for my calls again since the power outage. Good morning. Can you hear me? Hello, you're on the first. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. What have you got?
Thank you. Good morning. I have an assortment of lots of good items here at 31 Gulf Drive. It's moving sale, actually. This morning I'd like to tell you about 2 Lazy Boy swivel rockers I'm interested in selling, and I have a screened-in porch full of patio furniture made by Winston. So there are lots of items I would like to sell. Anyone that's interested, please call me at 468-4580. Of course, that's area code 573
okay.
Here in this area. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, there you go. She's at 31 Gulf Drive. She's trying to move. And today she wanted to talk about some Lazy Boy swivel rockers, and she's got some Winston patio furniture. And her phone number is 468-4580. She's in Sullivan here, 31 Gulf Drive, of course, over by the golf course. And 468-4580. All right, we've got somebody that has some Blue Heeler puppies, and they're getting ready to, let's see, October 8th, it looks like they'll be ready. They'll have their first shots. First 2 shots, and they'll be wormed. 457-8505, 457-8505. They're asking you if you don't get an answer, if you get the answering machine, leave your number and a message, and they'll set up a time for you to come out and pick out the one that you want. All right. Then we had the lady that she's got those little bikes. I think a couple of them have training wheels on them still. She said one's barely used at all. One was used. She was 573-859-3909. She's also looking for chickens and other farm animals if you do, just want to get rid of them. 573-859-3909 is her number. Let's see. Got a lady that wanting some Flintstone or Looney Tune cookie jars. 573-764-4435. They're looking for a stock for a 94B Stevens rifle. What else did they have? Radial arm saw, stock tank. 573-764-4435. 573-764-4435. And then we have a lady that's got a couple of industrial sewing machines. One's an older model, one's a newer FAF. and she has a surger. 636-575-4258. 636-575-4258 is her number. And then we've got a brand new stainless steel kitchen sink. It's a single vat, 36 inches, $25. You pick it up. 314-605-1510. 314-605-1510. Got a mahogany armoire. It's in very good condition. 573-259-1494. 573-259-1494. Here's a pool table with pool sticks. It's a slate table. Very nice. $350 your best offer. Call 402-720-3632. 402-720-3632. And then we have a GE 10,000 BTU portable air conditioner with remote. It's brand new, still inside the plastic bag. You can also use it as a dehumidifier. $300. A Brother Color MFC 3360C printer, brand new in the sealed box. $40. 2 selectyourgifts.com online gift certificates for general merchandise worth $1,000, now $300. The NASCAR officially licensed merchandise was $250, brought it down to $125. That's 34% of their value. This guy's in Sullivan. 636-744-4186. 636-744-4186. All right, I think that's my list of items this morning. It's about 11 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock. Looks like we're about 71 degrees here at the studios of KTUI. I'm going to let you listen to this from the folks at Jerry's TV Sales and Service. And when we come back, I'm going to be talking to some athletic trainers from the hospital here in Sullivan. Stay tuned here to KTUI. Jerry's TV in Sullivan is a family-owned appliance, furniture, mattress, and electronics store. Jerry's has over 20,000 square feet of showroom with name brands of fine quality home furnishings at low prices. Jerry's TV's been serving the Sullivan and surrounding area since 1962. Jerry's has in-store financing, fast, free delivery, free setup, and free removal. When you shop at Jerry's, you get discount store prices with service in every department. Shop local. Shop Jerry's TV, 375 West Springfield in Sullivan, because service matters. All right, it is 12 minutes past 9 o'clock, and I've got a couple of folks from the Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital. They're actually athletic trainers, one I think at the Sullivan School District and the other one in Cuba. And Mateo, I'm going to start with you. Tell me how to say your last name.
Barauste.
What?
It's a Barauste.
Barauste? Is that? I'm gonna call you Mateo.
And that sounds great.
Okay, and then Emily Feddersen is with us as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, which one of you is the trainer for Sullivan?
That would be me.
Okay, Mateo. So, how long have you been doing this?
I just started this past August. I've been an athletic trainer for the past 3 years. But this is my first year here at the Missouri Baptist Hospital and the Sullivan High School.
Okay. And then, Emily, how long have you been, you're with Cuba, right?
Right. I'm with Cuba. I've been with Cuba since January 2020. I've been an athletic trainer since 2017.
All right. So one of you tell me a little bit about what an athletic trainer does on a daily basis.
So an athletic trainer works with physically active individuals to work on prevention, evaluation, and rehabilitation of injuries. So at the high schools, we help the athletes go through the injuries and be able to come back safely into the field.
We also do clinical evaluations and diagnosis. So a lot of times we can help athletes avoid having doctor's bills that they might not need or something of that nature.
So, so these are the student athletes. I guess you work with them on a daily basis. They know you. I guess you gain their trust, and you can decide kind of right there on the field or in the locker room, I guess, whether they need to see a doctor or if it's maybe just a sprain or something.
Absolutely.
And so, Mateo, so what do you like try to get to see all of the athletes on a every day, or what do you?
Well, I want to try to see as many as I can. There's obviously time constraints on that. There is a lot of athletes that participate in sports, so I try to see as many as possible, but it doesn't always happen that we can see everybody.
So if you see somebody and they think you think that possibly they need to see a doctor, are you able to get them in, or are they responsible for getting to see the doctor on their own, or I guess that's a parent's decision, or?
If they want help setting up appointments, we definitely can help. It's up to the parents on where they want to take them, also depending on insurances. So if they want some help, we definitely can help making appointments for them.
So do you do any, are you able to like prescribe any physical therapy or something if somebody has, some injury that's not terribly serious?
Yeah, it's a big part of the job, being able to give them the rehabilitation tools that allows them to be back onto the field in a safe manner.
Emily, what is the most common thing that you see?
That's a hard one. I have a wide variety of stuff going on right now. I would say most common sprains and strains, more overuse injuries. A lot of my kids don't take the breaks that they probably should. They try to play the same sport year round, and that leads to more injuries.
So you said that leads to more injuries. Are there, are they skipping like stretching exercises and stuff like that, or?
That's part of it, but it's also just our bodies aren't meant to, especially the population that we work with, the young adults, that it's not meant to do the same sport year round. So, for example, one that you see a lot is baseball and volleyball. There's a lot of throwing, a lot of it's essentially an upper extremity sport. So you get a lot more shoulder injuries versus if they would play volleyball in the fall and then they would go play soccer or swim or run track, then it kind of spreads the load throughout the whole body instead of just having a lot of stress on one area of the body year round.
Back when I was in school, not that I was an athlete or anything, but back when I was in school, you didn't really hear about these, what is it, like the MCLs and the ACLs. Did we just not know what to call it, or is it more prevalent today than it was 30 years ago or more?
I don't know the answer to that. I think that we do a better job diagnosing it. There's a lot more care now in the high school levels with athletic trainers than there used to be. So I definitely think that we just do a better job taking care of it quicker. But also there could be some strength differences and that kind of stuff too that I would have to go look at specific research on to give you a matter-of-fact answer.
So how do you guys work at the school? I mean, do you guys have an office at the schools, or you just out? You do?
Yep.
I saw Mateo sort of nod. So.
Yeah, I've got I actually got a new classroom this year, so I have a much bigger room, which is really nice this year. My treatment time, so anytime someone wants me to look at something or if someone needs rehab, then they come like right when the last school bell rings until 3:30 when practices start. So having the much bigger room helps a lot with, sometimes I'm seeing 10 or 12 people almost at the same time.
So then do you guys travel to like football games and basketball games and things like that?
I travel with varsity football, and then I try to travel with all of my teams for anything postseason. Sometimes if we have a home game, then I can't travel with a postseason sport, but I try to whenever I can.
What about you, Mateo?
Yeah, I do the same thing. I travel with varsity football, and then once we're going to have postseason, then I'll try to go to what I can.
So do you have your own office there at the school?
Yes. I have a little office, can hold about maybe 3 people, but we have a really great weight room that's an open space that I can utilize whenever I need to. So the space is there, definitely.
And so I guess, we didn't have trainers when the athletic trainers when I was in school. So you either toughed it out or you went to the doctor, I guess. I think this is a great thing, and probably is saving some people's mobility later in life, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely being able to do rehabilitation the right way for certain injuries that otherwise would be overlooked is definitely a great thing for the overall long-term health of the athletes.
I think one of the biggest differences that we make is with emergency care and then also with concussions. Concussions are really high risk and they're easy to overlook or to write off as something else when it's really dangerous to continue to play, especially a contact sport with a concussion.
So what is your degree in as athletic trainers? I mean, is that the degree?
Yes, that is the degree.
Mm-hmm.
When both of us went through school to be an athletic trainer, it was a bachelor's degree, but now it requires a master's degree.
Oh, wow. All right. So you guys are well trained.
Yes, we both have a master's degree also. We just chose to continue our education. Mine is in kinesiology and exercise and sports psychology so that I can kind of assist in the mental aspect of injuries. A lot of times being an athlete is the whole identity of some of these high school kids. And so when they lose that due to an injury, it can be really tough mentally.
And Mateo, I sort of picked up on your accent that you're not exactly from Sullivan, Missouri. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Italy.
Italy. Ah, okay.
Yep. I moved over here 7 years ago.
7 years. All right. Well, and Emily, where did you come from originally?
I am originally from Arkansas.
So not too far for you. Not as far as Italy.
Not as far as Italy.
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to tell people? No? We're all good, huh? Okay.
I think we're all good. I do just, if anyone has any questions or they want to know more about athletic training, absolutely reach out to us.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for being with me here this morning and letting people know what's going on with high school athletics. All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That's it for Mateo and Emily. They are athletic trainers with Missouri Baptist Sullivan Hospital, and Mateo at Sullivan, and Emily in Cuba. All right, that's going to do it for me today. I appreciate you spending your time with me. 23 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, and let me see what the temperature is outside if I can here, and I think our 73 degrees is what it's saying. I'm saying 71 in here, so somewhere, let's say 72. All right. Happy birthday to Natalie Bell and Andrew I, Carol Large, Sandy Coppage, Renee Wall. We found out a while ago that Renee Wall has a birthday today. So Chase Perschbacher, 14 years old today. So there's your birthdays. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Say a prayer for the leadership of our country, the men and women who protect this great nation of ours, all the folks that are working in healthcare right now in hospitals and nursing homes and private care, and our first responders. And we've got a blood drive coming up Wednesday. I think it was at the Knights of Columbus Hall in the afternoon. Go to redcrossblood.org. You can find out more about that and get signed up for it. I think there's another one coming up next week at the community center here in Sullivan. And let's see, you can get signed up for that one as well. All right, so sign the back of your driver's license, be an organ donor. And Mike Gallagher is up next for you here on KTUI. Stay tuned.
Hours after that announcement, the White House leaked that it was SEAL Team 6 that carried out the operation. Al-Qaeda placed bounties on the heads of all Navy SEALs. Then, just 3 months later,
Extortion 17 requesting permission to take off.
a U.S. Army helicopter carrying many from SEAL Team 6 and others entered the Tangi Valley.
I saw a flash. You seen a flash? Anybody out there? We have a fallen angel. A fallen angel. Roger.
Extortion 17, the provocative new film telling the story of the largest loss of life in U.S. Special Forces history. Now playing on SalemNow.com.